Let me ask you a question. Do you know how important the beginning of your podcast streaming show is? Do you understand how powerful and important it is to grab people within the first 30 seconds or they're gone? Hey, it's a Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Welcome back for another 2 p.m. with the Trigger. We're going to get into that right here today because it's so important for content creators, producers. You want to make sure you get the audience to stay with you and understand what you're about, but you lose them so fast. The first 30 seconds, what are you doing to grab your audience? That's going to be their discussion here. Feel free as we go live on multiple channels. Join the conversation, ask questions, add your thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you agree, disagree? Let me hear from you today as we get deeper back in the conversation. And again, streaming live because we want to help you shine on camera and shine on stage, elevate you and your brand authority. That's about 30 seconds. What do you do with your first 30 seconds? 30 seconds can make or break it, but actually it's less than that, as we're going to find out here today. How long actually do you have to grab your audience? Number one, I want to talk about why the first 30 seconds matters so importantly. It's the first impression. It's you're opening up the door to your house. You're bringing people into your universe and into your space to make an impact on their lives. Really, you actually have 8 seconds now. Studies show over and over again that time to make a first impression is shrinking. You have about 8 seconds to open up the door and make that first impression. You got to set the tone. You got to set the energy. You got to do things to make the audience think this is where I need to be. It's the most important thing right now. And here's how I need to do what I need to do because great people are giving me great information. So you have 8 seconds or less really to grab them. You're lucky if you have 30 before they turn the channel and go someplace else. You have a very narrow window. And why is part of that? The other reason is besides our attention span is shot, we're all scrolling. We're all flipping through things. We're looking for keywords. We're looking for images. We're looking for texts. We're looking for friends that we know who are already posting content. We are scrolling. How many of us, me included, have you ever got onto TikTok, Instagram, and you found yourself, you lost an hour, it's gone. 2 hours on average. Most people get lost in scrolling content for an hour and a half to 2 hours, the studies say. So you're competing every time you bump on camera, every time you make a post, every time you try to grab attention, you are competing with the scrolling, fast-moving world. That's some of the reasons why it's so tough. That's why it's important to learn about what you're going to do to grab your audience. So take a moment. As we're going to dive deeper now into helping you fix that because it's not easy. So what can you do with that first 10, 15 seconds? This is part of the reason shorts are becoming such a phenomenon. The people that are blowing it up with shorts understand, grab them. And if they like the content, they'll hit the link to take them to a longer resource, but that short, quick blast is the best. The best average time for a short is 20 seconds, they say, no matter if it's a reel, no matter if it's a YouTube clip. So even that's realizing it's not even 30 seconds. So let's start with a bang. That's the first thing you want to do with everything you do. You want to start with a bang. Grab them. I opened up here, not introducing myself, not doing anything. I hit you with a question. I hit you with something. Grab your attention. Make it something that is thought-provoking. Make it something that awakens them. Make it something maybe you haven't heard it said that way. Spin things. You don't want to lie. You don't want to stretch the truth. But you do want a way that instantly perks curiosity. You want to find ways to encourage your people that this is the best place on the dial to stay right now. That's why some TV networks back in the 80s and 90s took their 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock news, depending on the market. They took their news and they went and tacked on an extra 5 minutes. In my market, it was 10 o'clock to 10:35. They extended it because they wanted to keep you on the channel, and then MASH came on at 10:30. Once you've already missed the first 5 minutes of another show, you're not going to leave. So everyone stayed for MASH, and it was a rating success. It was a way to grab attention, and it worked. What are you doing to grab attention in those first moments? Now, number two that I want to mention here is you got to be visually strong. People do not want to see boring, bland. They don't. Part of the reason that I've got my setup that I have that you beam every day into my studio is I want you to know I'm media. I want to know it's bright, it's colorful, it's exciting. Your visual pop and appeal is so important. It needs to be on brand for you so people know you are that rock star. You are that brand authority. I normally have a collared shirt, sometimes a jacket. I want you to know I'm professional. It's going to have color. It's going to have splash. But you need to be visually strong. That's why we have the little swipe bars. We do just like TV. We bring them in, we bring them out, we keep things moving. You want to make sure that you have the pop that people are expecting. People do expect something to move, to switch. You want to have a captivating backdrop. You want to have engaging graphics. You want to maybe that behind the scenes conversation that you didn't let anyone else know about, but now you're going to reveal it. You want to find things to be visually strong for you. Now, let me jump down to another one here because you want it to be thought-provoking. You want to ask thought-provoking questions, especially if you're doing an interview show. During interviews, it's very easy to come back and it's the rote interview. It's the same mantra. It's the same opening questions. It's the same middle section. We kind of repeat most obvious things about your guest or about their book or about their movie. Change it up. Ask a thought-provoking question that goes deeper. I love when I ask a question and one of my guests goes, whoa, that's really good. No one's ever asked me that, or they haven't asked me that way. Now you've got people, the guests, got their wheels turning. They're more engaged now because they got the adrenaline. That's cool. You got the watchers, the viewers engaged with like, wow, what are they going to do with that one? You want to ask deeper, thought-provoking questions. And you do want to touch on their personal life. You know, if you heard about a loss of a dog or an animal, or if you know they just had a new baby, you want to touch on those and make it personal and very interesting. They'll have a great story. They're going to have a great anecdote, and they're going to care that you went off the beaten normal path and you asked a different question. Because many people just do interview after interview and they're waiting for someone to please change the script to make it better for everyone. So ask thought-provoking questions. And another way to really keep people engaged is help them solve a problem. That's what we do here at 2 p.m. with the Trigger most days. We help you solve a problem. We give you a strategy, a tip on amplifying you in your meeting. And one of these struggles is, how do I get them to stay on my content? Well, you have now 8 to 20 seconds probably to grab them. We're helping you solve a problem by helping you hear about it, identify it, and then say, here's some tips to do it better and better. So give them something that there's a question. You're going to wrestle with a problem. Coming up, I'm working with the World Ethics Organization. We're going to have a live symposium in several weeks. We're going to have 3 amazing experts. The question is, what is leadership ethics? How do you grow that? How do you sustain that? We're going to have a whole hour symposium just wrestling with the question, looking for solutions from top experts in the world of leadership and ethics. What are you going to do to give people something that's worth their time? Remember, time is money. So people are not going to watch your content, stick around. They're definitely not going to sponsor your content unless your content is worth checking out and following and be involved with. You want to definitely make sure you're hitting on all these cylinders. And there's even more. There's a lot more tips. So you want to learn about how to elevate yourself, elevate your shows, grab people more. Contact me, Rich at richbontrager.net. Go to rockthestagemedia.com. There's always information that we're here as media consultants. To better help you shine on camera, shine on stage, to elevate you and your brand authority. That's what we love to do. Because these 30 seconds are only shrinking. It's getting tighter. Learn how to have that compelling opener. Hey, every day I've got a little funky music on. It's a little bit of an excitement. When I have guests on, often I can see them backstage here on Restream. They're moving. They're having fun. They're getting ready. The energy stuff works. From the very beginning, you set the vibe. They can be thoughtful. Very thoughtful. Go deeper than what you think you can go deeper with some of your content. Make it compelling, engaging, visually. Oh, there's so much we can go to, but we've only got so much time. So, love to hear from you. Love to know what's going on in your world. And as always, you can book a call. You want to have a no cost consultation with me? Let's talk about what you're doing, why you aren't getting the hit and the likes and the follows, why your stream or your shows are not hitting the benchmark. Maybe it has something to do with those opening segments. Hit the QR code, let's scan and have a call, and we will figure some things out with you. And hopefully, we'll have a great level fair and have a great time building you and your brand up higher and higher. And that's going to do it for the Trigger for today. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. with the Trigger. We're helping you improve your media content by helping you elevate you and your brand through the power of media.